we're going to start round 17 now. Round 17 is this lovely pesto round, and I love this colour. We haven't used it since the centre, and it again just changes the whole look of the thing, doesn't it? So a lot of foundation work here because we've got a lot of double crochet going on around the edge, and the only thing you're going to see from this round in the completed mandala is this little cluster of, I think they're trebles actually. Are they trebles? Yeah, they're trebles. A little cluster of trebles you can see form the base of this, I don't know what you'd call that, sort of spiky starbursty type part there. So yep, a lot of foundation work, which means a lot of double crochet into back loops, which you're completely happy with. We've got trebles, which you're completely happy with. But one thing I just wanted to tell you about these trebles is that we are working into some front loops from a previous round, and I think I'm correct, I could be wrong, but I think I'm correct in saying up to this point, when we've worked into front loops, we've matched colours. So if we were working, for example, with the opaline glass, we've worked into the front loops of opaline glass from previous rounds. This round is a little different in that we are using the pesto, but we're working into front loops which were made in pepper. So I'll just show you where you're going to be looking for those. If we pull, we're going to be filling in these nice dips that we've made on the previous round with the mint. If I pull that forward, you can see the pepper stitches peeping out there. Now, a little word of advice here. I can see, just looking at this fairly clearly without too much manipulation, I can see 3 front loops there quite clearly. We're only actually working into 2 front loops, and so the front loops we're going to be working into are the ones that sit above the central 2 stitches of this little cluster below. So it's that one and its neighbour just there. So just bear that in mind when you're going around. Perhaps have a quick look now and sort of familiarise yourself with it, whatever you want to do. But we're working into some pepper loops, and we're only working into 2 of 3 that seem sort of fairly well visible. Right, we're going to be joining our yarn in precisely the same way as we have all the way through, and we're going to be joining it into the second of any increase. I'm kind of rolling this round so you can see any increase from the previous round. Now the increase is just where we've made 2 stitches into 1, and that's how we started our last round. So if you find that part, we're going to be making a start in the second of that increase, so the second double crochet where there's 2 into 1, joining in the yarn in the usual way with a slip stitch and then a chain through, and that is going to count as our first double crochet. UK terms, probably already said that, sorry. Our repeat begins with 4 double crochet into back loops only. So our join is 1, here's 2, here's 3, and here is 4. Okay, so here we go now. We're now going to go straight into working into the front loops that I was showing you a little while ago. So we're going to be doing 2 trebles into the first one. So I'll start by yarn round hook. Just pull this forward. Oh, this tail is really in the way, I'm so sorry. Pull this forward, and the first loop I want to work into is the one that sits straight above this one of the central stitches from below. So you've got these 2 central stitches. I want to work in the right hand, the one that sits above the right hand one to start with. So that one sits directly above it, and that's the one I'm going for. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 double crochet into that one, sorry, 2 trebles into that one. That's 1. The second one in the same place. Well, I can't pick it up, so I'm trying to look at what I'm doing and can't see because of the camera. It makes no sense, does it, to anybody? Right, so I've got 2 trebles into there now. The next part is we're going to do 2 treble together. So do you remember, it's when you kind of don't complete the stitch, then do another one and then complete them both at the same time. But we're going to do the first part of that into the same place that we've just worked. So going back into that front loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops and then stop there. So I've got two loops on the hook. Okay, we're now going to go and start the first part of our next treble, and it's going straight into the front loop that is sitting right next door to the one we've just worked into. So easy to find, that one. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 and stop there. And we've got 3 loops on the hook, and we're going to do yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so it's looking a little lopsided at the moment, so to even that up, we're going to put 2 more treble into the same place. Not treble together, just 2 standalone treble into the same front loop. And then we're going to just have a stop and have a look at that. Stop. Okay, so we've got a little cluster, and do feel free to kind of move them about a little cluster which pretty much fills that little dip in. Okay, so that's that part. We are then told to skip 4 stitches, and that's skipping 4 stitches actually on this opaline glass section, I think. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. There's nowhere else to go but up here into the back loop of this one up here. Okay, is it that one or is it? Yes, it's that one. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, right. I think this might be an opportune time to talk about counting backwards from your ending point. So let me do 1 and just see where we end up. 2, 3 and 4. Now, if we've ended in the right place, our next stitch should be the second of the doubles into, the second of the increase, and it is. If you are not sure where to do those last 4 stitches, and I did dither about and hesitate a little bit there, didn't I? Count backwards. We know that our next repeat has got to start here, so all I need to do is count backwards 4 from there. 1, 2, 3 and 4. That is absolutely fine, unless you've got sort of 6 extra stitches sitting out this side or something. You're not going to have, because else you'd have tripped up well before now. But that's just a good way to sort of, if you're not sure, because there's a little bit of stuff going on in this corner here. There's a little bit of stuff that is chains and stuff that is not chains. So if, like me, you often struggle with that, count backwards and you cannot go wrong. So there's one repeat of our pattern for round 17, and it's very sweet and very pretty, and it fills things in, and I like it very much. Let's do another one. So 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we're going to go straight into the trebles. So yarn around the hook, we're going to, oh sorry, I keep going off the bottom there. Make sure I'm choosing the right front loop to work into, which is that one. So I'm going to do 2 standalone trebles, that's 1, both into the same place. That's 2. Now I'm going to start that treble 2 together, so it's back into the same place, pull my yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, stop there. Start my next one in the next front loop. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. I've got 3 on the hook now, so yarn over there and pull through all 3 to finish that off. Just even that up by putting 2 more standalone trebles into that same front loop. So there's 1 and there's 2. Okay, so that's filled in the little dip there. And now we're going to miss out all of these stitches at the back and put our 4 double across the top here to finish up. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and that is 2 repeats. So that's all you're going to be doing all the way around, 8 in total, I think. I'm always saying that and I'm never sure. Just keep going until you join up, yeah? And it'll look like that. Now, don't forget, I'm sorry to repeat this, but don't forget, in case this is your first time watching a video with us, I'm not showing you needle join at this point. We've done lots at the beginning or a standalone video to help you with that. So if you need to have a look at that, please do.